I'm all alone.
Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Play the Black Screen. These are known as the super long loading screens that I usually cut out. Hope you guys are all doing good. Welcome to Chapter 4! Oh my god, those cutscenes, you guys have no idea how hard it was to not, press extra in that cutscene with Yuna a second ago. I'm all alone! Oh, and you just leave her. Oh my god, it's so sad. Alright, so we're moving into Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is one of the most interesting chapters in the game. And it's because it's a chapter where you don't really get to free roam Spira at all. And a fair amount of time passes. But okay, so what is the explanation for all this ridiculous stuff? Don't forget we've got 3 Crimson Spheres to watch now as well. We've got the one super well hidden one we found from Befel. And then we've got 2 more we just got given from Nuge and company down below. Hey Yuna. What the hell happened?
Fridi,
Alright, brother.
He's been blubbering about how he couldn't go on living if something were to happen to you.
Yeah.
We hadn't heard anything in so long.
How long?
We tried tossing a commsphere into the hole, but it didn't help one bit.
Yes, it did. It found us.
No.
Hey, it's still in.
Hey, that's a good idea. Throwing a camera down there.
So what happened?
Well,
So here's one of these cool moments. You see it in movies and stuff a lot, where
Then, huh?
where
Yeah,
basically
the girl from the songstress dress sphere.
That's Len?
what?
Sure, she wore that dress 1,000 years ago.
Shinra.
why didn't you tell us?
No one asked. Besides, all I knew was her name. What's to tell?
What Shinra said surprised me, but only a little. So there really was a connection.
Remember we were in that dress
Okay. So the reason Shuyin keeps calling Yuna Len is...
in the cutscene?
Because of that dress sphere?
I can't really say for sure.
Forget Len. Shuyin's the one who's wanting to vaporize Spira.
Yeah, but what can we do? Nuge and Gipple are already planning something. Let them deal with it for now.
They did seem to have it quite under control. It's true. So they do something really cool in the game here, right? The entire premise of the game, obviously, right? We want Tidus back. Okay? All the messages that Yuna are leaving, or everything, right? Is to get Tidus back. And so for the entire game, you're kind of wondering, who is this mysterious guy in the jail sphere, right? Gaul jail. I've had lots of people tell me that's how you say it, apparently. And so we finally find out who that guy is, and they show us, oh yeah, that's not actually Tidus, it's a completely different guy, it's called Shuyin. And so then the mystery's like put to rest. It's like, well, hold on, the whole point I was playing the game was for Tidus. And then in that exact moment, sneakily X-2 style, they throw in that extra thing, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, hold on, no, it's still more complicated than that, there's still something else going on. I swear we saw something more than Shuyin down there. And it keeps us guessing. Man, I love it. Anyway, so that cutscene also did that kind of cool thing you see in movies where Yuna recounts everything that happens, but we just, as the audience, get a fade to black and then come back because they didn't want to explain everything that went on. I've always wanted to see, like, when movies and things do that, what the whole scene would be like. But hey, whatever. Alright, so welcome to Chapter 4, guys. Today is January 20th. It's like one of those perfect winter's days. So we're going to go down, obviously. Oh, wait. I don't think we want to go down just yet. I think what we want to do is, first of all, we want to talk to everyone. So let's see. All right, before we go to the lift, first we want to speak to Buddy. And in this chapter, so you see, he says, Gullwings, let's sit this one out. We're at one of these moments where he won't actually allow us to go anywhere. Brother's not even in the cockpit. I wish we could hold circle and go up there, but we can't. He's, of course, out here in the front. He says, what can we hear, Shuyin? Oh, God. All right, never again. Riku says, so the guy in the awesome sphere? That was Shuyin too? What a toughie. Paine, though, is missing. Interestingly enough, we can talk to Shinra. He says, I'm preparing the console for comms for wave reception. Everything's going according to plan. All I have left is some fine-tuning. So, we don't get to explore the world in the classic sense. but maybe you can guess what's going on with the commspheres there. All right, so once you've talked to everyone, you're happy. Now we can come down here. Of course, we have that flying commsphere in there as well now, but you can't interact with it.
Uni!
Yeah?
You met Shuyin, right? Was he anything like you-know-who?
Not really. Just his face.
Yeah, he was wearing different clothes. I mean, they were both wearing crazy clothes, but it was just his face. So here we get something kind of cool. Riku, what you guys have to understand is you don't see it too much maybe on the Let's Play, but like so much of your time playing this game is on the airship, and you get used to where different characters are. I like the way that in X-2, as the chapters pass, the characters end up standing in different places, and I like this here because Riku's in this little hallway. It was actually kind of similar in 10 as well. So Riku says, remember the sphere that started this whole adventure? Maybe the guy we saw in it was Shuyin. Ah, well done. I think we all pretty much came to that conclusion. But glad to see you're there with us, Riku. All right, let's go down and open ourselves up some chests. But yeah, today is like one of those perfect winter days. Wait, engine room, yeah. Where, you know, you often hear, right, like people always talk about the UK and about how it's miserable and how it's cold and we have bad winters and stuff. And the truth behind it is why our winters tend to be so depressing is it's not that they're necessarily colder than winters in the States. Like when you get the continental United States, you're going to get way colder winters than we get, right? And much more snow. Our winters are straight up depressing. Why? Because usually it's overcast. You very rarely get to see a blue sky. Very rarely is there ever any snow. It's just like miserable. It's just sad. We're very, very far up north on the globe, right? Which means we get very short days. It's mostly overcast, rain, and just darkness, all right? That's winter. That's why it's depressing. And that's why it gets even more depressing when you go even like, you know, even further north in Europe. So that's kind of the deal. But today, oh my God, today, guys, it's like one of those perfect days. Blue skies. Ugh. What a day. All right, and of course, we want to go to the cabin as well. It's kind of funny, I just cut a bit out there where on a whim I went up onto the deck, and then I realized that's where we need to go for the story. So we have to go to the cabin first. Don't forget, new chapter, chests, rest in the cabin. Chapter 5 is such a long chapter and basically the end of the game that really this is your last opportunity to miss sleeping in the cabin. You notice Carly's still with us. I actually don't remember when Callie leaves. She says, I prayed and prayed that you'd make it back safely. The stuff that I'm going to be recording with you guys today is actually the first time I've done it in a year. I found I need to test play it. Chapter 4 is fairly linear, right? You don't have to worry too much. We can just like sort of roll through it. And we just get to watch loads and loads of cool movies and things. It's actually going to be kind of interesting the way that we do the episodes. There might be like bonus episodes, which you guys can choose to watch if you want, with like extra things. This is legit the best seating area in the entire airship. I would love to sit here and just read a book. Look out to the side and see the endless skies. Oh, you got your little bookshelf there. Occasionally a bird, as you can see, flying by the window. Oh, that would be such a good place. A cup of coffee. Man. Unlike in Chapter 3, where the wares of the shops improved and expanded, I actually don't think that that's happening on this time, so don't worry about that. All right, now what we want to actually do is we want to go up to the deck. This is a fairly cool scene, actually, that we've got coming up, as far as I remember. We haven't been here for a while. Oh, I want to walk, but it's hard because I have to press the analog stick very gently. Ah, look at how cool this airship is. Hey, Paine. What's going on? You've got so much you need to tell us, lady. And in fact, maybe this is just when she'll break.
They gave me these.
Ah, this feels... No, thank you.
They say anything?
No.
I see.
Man, that sounds so sad, the way she says I see. Look at you not wanting to leave.
They're old friends. The three of them were candidates for the Crimson Squad, and I was the recorder assigned to their team. Yevon created the squad and started training members 2 years ago. It was supposed to be an elite fighting force. The best were to be assigned leadership of Crusader chapters across Spira.
The Crusaders.
The squad was destroyed before that happened. Most of the candidates died. An accident. The four of us were separated then. Things happened. I don't get it. I was there. I saw everything. But still, I don't know why it happened that way, even now.
You're still being so unclear.
So I went to look for some answers.
you became a sphere hunter.
I always did want to fly on this thing anyway.
What you talking about? Or is it another one of those secrets? That's all right. I didn't want to know anyway.
Too bad. And I was just about to tell you.
Really?
Too late now.
Weep, Himmo.
I would be pretty
We used
pissed
to
if I was
laugh like this
Riku.
once, the four of us. I've been chasing my past for so long. Sometimes getting it back is all I can think about. Other times, I just want to forget. What about you? Shuyin isn't who you thought, is he?
No,
Maybe we should both let go of our past and focus more on what's to come.
Maybe.
You're not leaving the Gullwings.
Always a possibility.
Yeah, that's both of our reasons for being here. Oh, damn. Always a possibility.
so many things seem intertwined, but nothing leads to you. Why be a sphere hunter if what I'm hunting for can never be found?
Man. This is some serious story here. This is what I wish, like, chapter 1 had, like, concluded with somehow. Oh, what a cool scene, man. But Paine is still being so cagey about what's going on. So what's really cool is these little videos I've been showing you, and all of the ones that we see from now on the Crimson Spheres, they're actually being recorded by Paine. Now, what's kind of cool is, if I'd shown you a couple more, like 1, 2, and 3, well, at least number 1 I could have shown you early. You wouldn't have that. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that she was the recorder. And it's kind of a cool little twist. It's kind of a cool little, you know, like, oh my god. Because you'd never expect that's been her role. But yeah.
You're not leaving us, are you?
I may not look it, but I am having a good time.
Right. Right?
What about Yuna? Think she'll quit?
Offline Kahoot!
Yet fru you gat we, Yenret.
We already knew she spoke out bed. She mentioned in Jose last chapter.
Yuna!
I hate to interrupt, but Spear is falling apart with its leaders missing. Check the commspheres and see.
Oh, damn. Look how weird this is. Look how weird Brother moves. Why did they do that? His animations are so crazy. Like, I really feel like they were like, all right, let's have a main character just be completely crazy bizarre. Brother says, I believe in the Gullwings to the bitter end. There you go. That's his new voice. I totally believe. Buddy says, let's check out what's going on before we take any field trips. So again, you can't go anywhere. Now, there's kind of an interesting thing about this specific moment on the airship that I do kind of want to talk to you guys about. And that's got something to do with Owaka, maybe. Now, I proposed to you guys in a previous chapter, what if you brought Owaka on the airship, you put him down in the cabin, and you never had him leave? You never paid his debt, right? When does he leave? When does he go? That information I've never been able to find. I actually don't know the answer. Does he stay here through chapter 4 and stay in all the cutscenes and so on? However, I will note one single guide that I read did make a statement, and it said at this exact moment after that cutscene, if you still had Owaka on the airship, you would gain an Albed primer. It doesn't say he leaves or anything, but I'm pretty sure you can get, so like there's an optional Albed primer you can get at this point if he's still on the airship, but I really have no idea what that scene's like. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, so hey Paine, let's keep what we talked about to ourselves. Why? What, from the guys or from Riku? Like, I'd be so angry if I was Riku right now. But she's been through everything with us, and then Paine just opens up to us instead. She says, woo, I'm glad the Gullwings is still in one piece. She's so nice, though. This is where I think you really see the true quality of her character. Because I just made myself think of Lord of the Rings. Because, you know, she genuinely isn't upset, even though we were basically gossiping behind her back, which is sad.
Want to check the commspheres?
Hell yes, I do. So, in regular X-2, at this point, you're basically not really capable of doing much. You can check the dossiers, you can check the bestiary, you can watch some of the spheres, but you can't really necessarily do any fighting. Well, in International, you can through the creature creator. And I do want to show you guys some of that in Chapter 4, because there's basically a butt ton of cutscene watching for us to do. A ton of cutscene watching for us to do. And we're going to interchange between that and some arena-style stuff, which is going to be really, really, really cool. So actually, because some significant stuff has happened too, the dossiers, it's at this point in the game that the descriptions in all of the dossiers change. I won't go over all of them, but for example, Nuge, if we look at Nuge now.
Take care of things topside.
It says, Maven of the Youth League and once a candidate for the Crimson Squad. His pursuit of Vegnagun has taken him far from the adoring LeBlanc. That is contemporary information. It never said anything to do with the Crimson Squad before. The other one that changed as well was down here, question mark, question mark, question mark. Which now says...
Why is this happening? I wish you were here with me.
Which says, perhaps not the young man shown in the sphere that Kamari discovered on Mount Gagazet. That's question mark, question mark, question mark. And Shuyin has appeared over here.
What Shinra said surprised me, but only a little. So there really was a connection.
So we're still left guessing a little. A young man consumed by 1,000 years of despair. He seeks to use Vegnagun's power to extinguish spirit. So are they the same? Who knows? So let's check out our new option, but let's not do any creature crate for now. Let's check out our new option. This is the commsphere network, and this is our primary way of exploring the world. And in actually many respects, Chapter 4 is one of my favorite chapters just because the exploration of the world in this chapter is almost purely cutscene, and like that's one of the main reasons I play this game. So what you guys will notice, all right, is we've got basically a different version of the airship destination list. Looks a little bit like the creature capture one as well. But this time, you know, you see a very static version of Spira. You don't get to see things really move very much. But if you actually look at the map itself right now, you'll see that, like, there's some locations that are flashing. Only a couple, but some that are flashing. So, basically, very little is going on that's interesting on any of these dots except the ones that are flashing. So we're going to just have a look at those. Let's start with Besaid, first of all. And we're going to connect through. And now we're going to look at through the eyes that Brother was looking at us in the previous chapter, if you remember. And Christ, this is going to be one place where we really get the benefit of me editing out these loading screens. So check it out. We're on the commsphere and we can move around. It's a lot like when we were playing with the search sphere, right? An awful lot like when we were playing with the search sphere. And when you look to the right, Walker will see you.
Hey, Yuna, how you been, huh?
Hey!
Well, not too bad. How are things in Besaid, Waka?
It's okay. It's been pretty quiet, yeah? No more fiends in the temple.
Really?
That's what Becklem says, and he patrols the place every day.
He's a dedicated man.
He is.
Yeah, but he's gonna be leaving the island pretty soon. Youth League's having some trouble or something, so they called him back to headquarters. On top of that, word around here is the new Yevon Prager's gone missing. Not sure what it all means, but things don't look good, yeah?
Where travel slow to Besaid.
It's a bit crazy all over.
Listen, I don't know about the rest of Spira, but Besaid's in good shape. I got this place covered. It's that, or Lou will let me have it. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Waka.
Lulu really didn't have much to say. She's not talked very much at all. I mean, she had that heart-to-heart with us at the start. But check it out. So, Marcus, there is something about the atmosphere of being able to do this, of being able to control the camera while people talk to me. It's so good. All right, so anyway, this is what we see from Besaid here. Now, if we press square and say done. Now, if we try and go back, okay. We can load back in, but basically nothing will happen, all right? So, like, you can just look around. There might be random little events that occur, and you can see the NPCs, and you can watch them wander around, maybe with a slightly different perspective than perhaps you did before. Funny thing that they do that's really, really clever about this, okay, is they have this palm tree. Now, remember, the search sphere that we used before that was buried basically near the Crusaders' hut over there, that had an angle at the top of the temple. Now, look at how sly this is. You can see that the orb is there, but you can't quite see the number. You can even see it's a 6, actually. I can see that. You guys might not be able to. But they have the palm tree in front of it, so it's really not an easy thing to do, which is very cool. But yeah, so basically nothing will happen. So if you were a regular player, it might take you a long time to know when you've seen every single event, and there's a lot, okay? But fortunately for you guys, you have me, and I know exactly how many events there are at every place that we want to go to. So we've already done Kilika, Besaid, so let's head on over to Kilika now. Let's see how the fiends are doing over there, right? Because, you know, Kilika was definitely not as comfortable as Besaid was, let's just say that. Oh, check it out! This is one of my favourite ones. We're getting carried. Who's carrying us, I wonder, guys? We're just getting moved around. And Kilika, the redesign of Kilika is so cool. It's so hard not to get hyped about seeing more of that. Oh, we're in Donna's house. Hey, Donna. Now we now have control.
Well, that's killer kaport for you. From the moment Nuge disappeared, everyone's been running around in circles.
It's like we were on a Skype call with her.
Just look at them. No one knows what to do without someone barking orders at them. They've already started looking for a new leader. In fact, they even asked me. Figured a former summoner would make a perfect leader for the town.
Oh, God.
Why don't you?
Too busy looking after myself, dear. Of course, I'll do what I can to keep things from getting too far out of hand. But until Nuge gets back, things are not going to be the same.
Interesting. And so then she's just going to look out the window. Unless there's like something extra. It might be later. There's a lot you can do, and a lot of it's very dependent on where you look. You'll only trigger things if you look in the right places and so on and so forth. But yeah, so Donna's just going to look out through that hatch now, and she's just going to have a little bit of fun there. So we're just going to say that we're done with this one. Oh my god, it's so cool. There's something about Donna. She might seem really selfish, she might seem really rude, she might not seem very nice at all, but in a lot of other ways, I think she's a really respectable character that I really enjoy. Alright, next we're going to be looking at Mushroom Rock. And we're going to connect. And if we'd actually given the sphere to the other side, we'd have Youth League available right now. So I'm actually going to edit in that scene for you guys as well after we're done with this Mushroom Rock one. But let's watch this one first. Hey guys. Oh god, machines.
Lady Yuna!
More fiends?
Actually, we've received some unconfirmed reports of trouble brewing in Bavel. It seems a unit of New Yevon's troops have been gearing up for a raid. With Nuge gone, they're hoping to strike quickly and catch us off guard. But don't worry about us. We won't be so easily trapped. We're planning to launch a preemptive strike before they can attack.
You idiots!
As soon as our preparations are complete, we move on Bavel.
But you're not even sure they're planning an attack, are you?
In war, victory favors the bold. I must be off. Farewell!
You're an idiot! You're all so stupid! The thing about this game is it kind of they're so foolish. Like these are the forces, you know. I mean, the point is that yeah, these guys don't know what they're doing. And Nuge was just taking pretty much anyone in. He was trying to be as inclusive as possible. That's the difference of his ideology versus New Yevon. New Yevon hid the information, and Nuge wanted it out there for everyone. But still, man, it's just it's like they're kids playing at war. They're not actually, such a classic idea. Oh, they're going to attack us, so we need to attack them first. All right, this one actually caught me by surprise, but yeah. So this is the alternate scene you get when you check the commsphere at Mushroom Rock from a file that never gave them the awesome sphere. They just throw it away. You don't even get to see the card. He just throws it in the damn water. What a douchebag. Eventually, you can find some shoe puff that are wandering around on the bottom of the lake. This water here, by the way, in case you guys don't realize, this was a cutscene from the previous games, and we could never actually, play. But after the assault at Mushroom Rock, after it fails, and after, the massacre of all the Chocobo Knights and so on. Oh my god, was that it? Oh, I thought I saw a sheep puff for a second there. Tidus gets really sad and just gets enraged and just ends up swimming after Sin, thinking he can do something, but obviously he can't, and then he wears himself out and he has to swim back to shore. And it's through this area that he's swimming with all these old, Machina ruins and so forth. So that's what we're actually looking at. And, yeah, it got tossed into the sea. Just out of curiosity, Bavel isn't actually lighting up. Oh, no, it is lighting up. Let's have a look at what goes on at Bavel. I actually do have in my notes that we need to look at least once at Bavel. Oh, we can move this camera really fast, and I don't know why. I think it's because you get a full 360 degrees of movement. All right, that guy's wandering off. Is it anyone? Ah, look at this! It's so stuck. People say that FF12 is where the Star Wars-y style stuff started. I believe it was somewhere around here. Oh, hey! How's it going?
What are you doing?
Well, for one, I'm running reconnaissance on New Yevon. The Praetor's gone. Fiends are on the loose. New Yevon is upside down. Fortunately, security is lax, so even Youth League members like me can walk around in the open.
Well, like Nuge.
You there, what are you doing?
Took them long enough.
Uh-oh. I have no control of the camera anymore. Oh, and he shut it down. Uh-oh. Alright, so anyway, that's on our file. Let's check out what it looks like on the other file, too.
New Yevon is upside down. I overheard some priests talking a little while ago. They said, in times like these, we have no choice but to seek the High Summoner's aid.
But What do they think I can do?
Well, if the Gullwings were on our side, I'm sure we'd be saying the same thing. This is just between you and me, but the Youth League fell to pieces the moment Nuge disappeared. Both groups are getting what they deserve for relying too much on their leaders.
You there, what are you doing?
Took them long enough. So long.
Okay, so now that we're done with that, before we have a look at any of these other places, there's going to be a lot of this screen in Chapter 4, guys. Before we have a look at any of these places, once we've seen those 4, those are like the only ones you can get at the very start, right? After that original conversation. We're going to go to the bridge, okay? And there is something kind of sneaky. I wouldn't say sneaky. This is just bad design, in my opinion, here. There's a little bit of percent completion that is really easy to miss. So be very, 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 very cautious, okay? So, first of all, you can come out. I think right now we're all right. Riku says, something tells me they don't last long without their leaders around to hold everything together. And Paine says, if Vegnagun attack now, let's not even think about it. All right, so you'll notice that there's a difference now, okay? Buddy has got out of his little chair, and Buddy's over here. So you want to talk to Buddy and have a quick conversation with him.
Looks like Nuge and Barrel still haven't come back. And now Gipple's vanished too. Spirit's 3 leading big shots have all gone AWOL. If I was one of their followers, I'd be pretty worried and scared.
Tension between the two groups is getting volatile. It won't be long before things get very ugly.
And Vegnagun's on the loose. You can bet Shuyin's controlling that thing.
I wonder if Gipple and the others are trying to destroy it.
Who knows? You heard what Barrelai said. Vegnagun activates when it senses hostility. If they try to get near it, it's likely to become even more dangerous.
Oh, nothing makes sense anymore. I mean, just what the heck are we supposed to do?
Nuge spoke to me on the far plane. He told me to take care of things topside.
Maybe we just need to give him a song and dance.
As if it were the simplest thing to do, really. And everything was going so well. At least, that's what I thought. I changed my mind. I want to do something. Nuge asked me to help, and that's what I'll do.
Whack!
We had this conversation already!
Alrighty, let's smash that action figure. We'll risk our lives and protect Spira from Vegnagun.
No, I think there has to be something we can do besides fighting.
Like what?
With its leaders gone, Spira's falling apart. Maybe we can bring people back together.
Yeah, great idea there, Uni. So, like, what are we gonna do? Huh?
What about my idea about the song and dance?
Sing campfire songs?
Yeah!
Oh, that is it! All of Spira will be the captive of Yuna singing, dancing.
Great idea!
I can handle the techie stuff.
Hang on! I know. I bet Tokwe would help.
Where's he now?
The Moonflow.
Gullwings?
Move on!
Alright. Look at the way they move. They're dancing together again.
I began this journey hoping to find you. But I know now that may never happen. Still, I will keep walking these roads. I have to find where they connect. I have to see for myself.
Alright. I got you. There's a lot of other stuff going on. We can focus on the other stuff for now.
Check the commspheres. The sphere waves keep pouring in.
Okay. Alright. The sphere waves keep pouring in. Now, at this very moment, alright, you've actually got 3 choices. Number 1, speak to Buddy, go straight to the Moonflow. Number 2, speak to Shinra, look at the commspheres, and there's tons of scenes for percent completion. They're pretty obvious about that. Number 3, before you do anything, is talk to Paine here. Alright, and it's very slight, but if we talk to Paine...
When you fought Sin, everyone came together and sang the Hymn of the Faith. Remember?
I do.
I sang too. At the time, my friends were scattered and I was alone. But during the hymn, for just a little while, I felt connected again.
Man, how cool is that? That's I mean, how many of you guys forgot that, yes, everybody came together and sang to lull Jekt within Sin into, like, a slight so that he could be, wounded. Yes, the entire world came together and sang. It's true. And actually, by speaking to her and triggering that dialogue, you actually do get percent completion. But she will only have that dialogue if you do that right then, before any commspheres and before you go speak to Buddy. So she said something about the way you say, I want to do something, really packs a punch. Oh man, it's awesome. We're gonna go talk to Brother as well. I'm kinda curious of what Brother says. Brother says, I will not rest until all of Spirit is a slave to you and your dancing, Yuna. And then Riku says, if we asked Tobley, I'm sure he'd say yup in a second. I'm sure he would. It's cool to see her sat back down there. She hasn't been sat in there since the start of the game. All right, but we're going to the commspheres. Oh my god, okay.
Want to check the commspheres?
Yes, I do. Now, oh boy. Now, the commspheres, some of the scenes give % completion and are important and unlock cool stuff in the final chapter. Some of them don't. We're going to see all of them regardless, whether they give us the % completion or not. And this is a mighty list, okay, guys? This is a mighty list. Now, I'm looking at my notes from last year, and I'm just going to follow what I did. I remember I spent hours writing this out, and I'm doing this sort of blind, all right? Year-old notes. First off, we have Besaid Island, okay?